Hey guys, can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Guys, can you hear me? Hey guys, let me know, can you hear me now? If not, I'm just go out and come back in. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me now. I did all that talking for almost a whole hour and I cannot believe that y'all couldn't hear me. I have a friend right now outside of the courtroom and she's telling me that the bond was denied, okay? Now that's what she heard me so far. Yes, he got denied. Yes. And I've been saying, I don't know why that my mic was mute because I've been talking to you guys almost a whole entire hour. I was trying to let you guys hear the phone calls and y'all couldn't hear at all because I had my friend, she was on a call with me and she was telling me that the bond was denied. And I've been online for almost 13 minutes. So I'm glad you guys can hear me right now, but they saying that the bond was denied, okay? Which most likely, Nature Boy should have known that they was going to go ahead and deny the bond. Now they're going to go ahead and take it all the way to court. And just like I had told you all yesterday, I said the only ones that can nail Nature Boy to the cross, and that was Solar True and Musa. And most likely, Solar is the one that went informing. He went ahead and turned state, and which we already knew that that was going to happen because already has spoken that the only way that they can be able to nail Nature Boy where he won't ever see outside of a jail or a prison is when they tie him to Zoka. And most likely that's what they're going to go ahead and tie Nature Boy with Zoka. So they're going to get Nature Boy for the big M and the big R. And I know you guys know exactly what I'm saying. But I have a friend, she was on call with me, and I'm thinking, I thought that you guys was hearing what I was saying, but she's outside of the courtroom right now, and she's saying that she's hearing right now that the bond was denied. Now everything was was virtual, but they saying that the bond was denied. So we're gonna see because I'm trying to check right now because I was talking to you guys for a good 13 minutes. But Nature Boy should have known that, this right here is the end for Nature Boy. So as much as he tried to go ahead and try to get out of this, no way he's going to swim out of this. And just like I had told you, even if Materia would have went ahead and dropped those charges, the state already done picked it up. The door is open. So no way in the world that they gonna allow anyone from Carbonation, to go ahead and just, not do, they don't have to do anything now because it's out of their hands. All they needed was someone to open the door, and Materia opened the door, and now they're gonna be able to work on whatever else that's going to come out. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of skeletons going to come out that closet. And just like I told you guys, most likely by today or tomorrow, you all will hear more arrests. And if it's going to be Zoka and it's going to be True, they're going to arrest Zoka and True. And I'm going to say allegedly, but that's what I'm hearing right now, that is going to be more arrests. So most likely it's going to be Zoka and True. And you guys know way before all this had happened. Hi, Miss Monique. How are you doing? Yeah, I talked to you guys. I was on almost a good 15 minutes. And I was trying to put my friend on so you guys can hear what she was saying, that because they outside right now and they are hearing because they already in DeKalb, Georgia, and they saying that the bond was denied. But Nature Boy, he should have known that. He should have known that he was not going to get bond set. He should have known that. And I'm pretty sure that more stuff is about to come forth. And just like I told you guys, if Nature Boy was denied bond today, that means that they have discovered more evidence. And most likely, all the stuff that they have discovered came from Solar. So it came from Solar. And you can bet right now, I'm giving you guys, because down in the it's 10 o'clock right now. So it will be more arrests. You're gonna know that they sending subpoenas right now, and most likely it's gonna be Zoka and True. They will get arrested because I'm pretty sure that Solar he went state. Yep, yep. No bond is set, guys. No bond is set. Bond was denied. Yes. And everybody was looking for it because, they was wondering why, no one had reported it. So, you know, I already had someone on the call to check it out to make, she said she going to make sure she check it out. And it was told to me that bond was denied. So that's it for Nature Boy. That's it for Three God. Ain't no way in the world that he's going to get out of this. But it's a shame that young innocent people went down the rabbit hole with him. And True he has a son. True has a small son. Why would he take up for a man when he got a child to raise? It doesn't make no sense. Now he's going to be caught up in all this stuff that Nature Boy put on them. And poor Zoka. That's it for Zoka. Because that's it. Okay, Rhonda, but it's a shame, it's sad. This is a sad day because innocent people going down the rabbit hole with Nature Boy. Innocent people is going down. And now they're going to have, just like I was saying, I thought you guys heard me, they got the big aura on Nature Boy. And now they about to put more charges on him, and it's going to be the big M. And I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The big M. Well, they can say brainwash all they want. But still of all, these people, they gave them all time to separate from that cult. Most likely they told them, and I'm going to say allegedly, but most likely when they arrested Nature Boy, they told them to go back home, to separate from that cult. They chose to stay in. So you chose to stay in because you was betting on your Three God, then then that's something on them. That's something on them. And it's a shame, beautiful women going down the rabbit hole with Nature Boy. Now they're going to talk because they're going to force them to talk. And I told you guys, I know exactly how it works. If they don't set bond, I told you guys, I say if they does not set bonds for Nature Boy today, they got more discovery. Somebody done sat there and talked. And we already know who it was. And he already said that, he's upset because of what happened to his child. And it was Solar the one that put the nail in that coffin. But like I said, now you're going to hear more because just like Nature Boy said, that he's not going down by himself. But still of all, they got the big fish, and that's all they wanted was the big fish, and that was Nature Boy. Now it's so sad to say that True is going down with him. True is going down with Nature Boy. True gonna be arrested. True, yes, they coming for you. True and Zoka. But yes, guys, again, no bond was set. But I can't believe that I was talking to you guys almost a good 15 minutes. And you guys, the mic was mute or whatever had happened. But like I say, they have no one to blame but themselves. No one to blame but themselves. Because they gave them a chance. When they arrest Nature Boy, they told every last one to sit there, it's over, to go back home. That's why Sheba left, because Sheba was given an ultimatum. Either Sheba stay and they're gonna take that child out that home. So she left. But she thought that she was gonna do her dirty work somewhere else because she haven't denounced Nature Boy. True haven't denounced Nature Boy. Not openly. So, like I say, guys, they have no one to blame but themselves. Well, I had got the title wrong. I was just waiting until I get the information, but I'm gonna go ahead and change it. But yes, the title is wrong. But Nature Boy bond was denied, so that's correct. So thank you for telling me, BB. I'm gonna go ahead and change the title. But I told you guys, I told you all what's gonna happen. I told you only three things was gonna happen, and that was if Nature Boy does not get the bonds, that it will be more arrests. I told you all. I know exactly how it works. So you guys, just like I said, you might as well go ahead and sit back and watch the show, because I'm pretty sure today or tomorrow there will be more subpoenas, and most likely True gonna be next. True and Zoka, because that's the only thing that they're gonna be able to tie Nature Boy to, and they want something that's gonna stick. And trust me, just like I had told you guys plenty of times, I told you all that one thing about the feds, it can be 13 or 14 years. The feds is not going to touch you until they know they have something that stick. And if they have Nature Boy and they keep refusing him bond, and if they keep refusing Nature Boy bond, that means they know something. They already got all their ducks in a row. The feds does not play, even though this state right now, but I'm pretty sure that the feds is about to go ahead and pick this up. Once Solar start talking and telling everything that was going on, because like I told you, Solar knows exactly where the bodies are, because he was the one that broke bread with Nature Boy. He was right there under Nature Boy. And we all know that Nature Boy talked about that. He said that the one that was going to betray him was Solar. And it's not that Solar betrayed him. Solar had enough. Solar was fed up. So whether you want to say he was the one that betrayed him, then that's everybody's opinion. But people had enough, and the only way that they was able to dismantle that carbonation, dismantle that cult, was to go ahead and get the big fish out. Now, whether Naturium made it up or not, they didn't care. All they needed was someone to open that door. And once they opened that door, they got it from there. And now you're going to see more people. It's going to start falling down like dominoes. And I already told you guys. I told you way before everybody has said. I say carbonation is falling down. The rise and the fall of carbonation. Why do you think they wanted my videos down? Yes, he was denied bond today. Yes, he was. According to my source, he was denied bond today. But I told you guys, I said carbonation was going to fall. I told you all, guys, I am a true prophet. I told you guys that carbonation was going to fall. I even told Nature Boy, I said, Nature Boy, pump your brakes. Because Carbonation gonna fall. And all they needed was someone to open up that door. And Nateria, she put Nature Boy down on his knees, and Solar was the one that put him flat on his face. And now it's gonna be more that's gonna walk straight over him. That's it. That's it. That's it. So we're gonna see how all of it's gonna play out, because now they're gonna take this to trial. Now this going straight to trial. Even if he go for it in front of the court again, he's gonna get denied again, because now, they're not gonna let it go. They got more stuff on it. They wanted someone that was close under Nature Boy, and they got him, and that's Solar, Musa. They were close. They was right there under Nature Boy. So that's what I wanted to report, guys. Let you know that it was said that no bond is set. And most likely there will be more charges. So True had his chance. But see, the thing about True is that True wanted to save face. BBC, I think that he caught on to what was going on. That's why he said everything he said about Nay and Solar was going to betray him. He knew that's why he said he was going to be famous. And if you go and watch the last two videos that I had dropped, BB, you will see I already had talked about this. Nature Boy was getting weird at the end. So quite obvious, somebody had gave Nature Boy heads up. Nature Boy knew, like I told you guys, this thing might be bigger than Nature Boy. Because what they are looking at right now, they looking at the big HT. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the big HT. So now that they got Nature Boy, and we looking at Nature Boy as the big fish, you never know. It could be bigger than this. And I'm going to say allegedly. But I already had said, I say that Nature Boy, he had heads up. Somebody had to give him heads up that something was happening, because at the end, he was starting wilding out and he started doing some weird stuff. So what I was thinking is that the reason why Nature Boy was so open with what he was doing by having these other women and slapping each other and doing all this abusive stuff, because he knew that they was going to use all this stuff against him. He knew all that. He knew they was going to use it against him. And that's why most likely he said, I'm going to come out and I'm going to tell it myself. Most likely that's why he said that. That's why he did all that. But see, when Nature Boy came to Atlanta, Georgia at that, he should have known that he was going to get arrested. No way in the world these people play down there. It's like he was asking for something to happen. And they gave True, they gave all the rest of them time to get out of that cult. You see how fast, when they warned Solar and Musa, they got out. And they got scared. Yes, most likely they had ran to Mexico because they were scared, but then they came back. And quite obvious, they might charge them as well, but it's not going to be as severely as Nature Boy, because all they have to say is they was a part of a cult and they were brainwashed. That's why Solar came out last night and said, I can't believe I was brainwashed. So that's going to be his excuse. That's going to be his defense right there. I was brainwashed. Yeah, and he even said that. Nature Boy, he said that if someone ever betrayed him, it was going to be Solar. He said that. He said it was going to be Solar. Now, I don't know if he had got heads up or he felt that in the spirit that Solar was going to betray him. And I promise you right now, he's crying. Nature Boy probably be in a fetus position right now crying because he knows Solar coming with the goods. He knows that Solar is coming with the goods. And so if I can see Nature Boy right now, he's sitting in wherever he's sitting there crying. And True is crying right along with him. And Zoka is crying right along with him. Because Zoka should have came forth and told the truth. Like I told you guys, I told you all. I say the truth gonna always find its way back home. I believe that the authorities told them to disband and leave. The ones that stayed just refused. Yes, I already just talked about that. I just said that. Yes, I'm pretty sure that they told them that it's over with. I'm pretty sure that they told them that it's over with, that Nature Boy was not getting out to go home. It's over with. But they wanted to stay stubborn. They wanted to believe that their God was going to risen from the dead. They God had the power to open up the jail cells. They God had the power to make all this stuff go away. But little did they know. Little did they know that God was a false prophet. Nature Boy was a false prophet. And now they gonna fall in the rabbit hole with them. It's a shame. Young, beautiful people. And True is less of a man. How can you worship a man? Take care of a man. Worry about what this man is going through when you got a small child. A child that needs you. He's crying and wishing he had a box of dark and lovely because I know he is gray with work. Gray, most likely the little hair that he had, I think that's gone. The little hair that Nature Boy had on his head is gone. The only thing that he probably got is that little antenna in the back. And that's hanging on a thread. That's hanging on a thread. Because ain't nobody wants to connect to that antenna anymore. Everybody want to disconnect. Don't even want to have nothing to do with that. But I'm trying to, but like I said, guys, they saying that no bond is set. And I was trying to bring it to you guys 15 minutes ago, but for some reason my mic was not working. And also I wrote the wrong title, because, I was just waiting for a phone call. But they are saying that no bond is set. So now it's time for him to think about it's time for the ones that's in that cult right now to think what is their next step. And the only next step is to leave. But I think it's too late for True and Zoka. I think it's too late. It's too late for True and Zoka. Zoka gonna spend some time because Zoka lied. Zoka lied. They covered all that stuff up. And whatever they cover up when it came to that baby, about that baby, we all wanted to know the truth. Now we gonna get to know the truth now. Because it's going straight to trial now, guys. It's going straight to trial. So we gonna know exactly what happened to Zoka's baby. And if it is true, and I will say allegedly, that the baby bled out, which we talked about that already. So, if it is true, that's murder. That's the big M, guys. That's the big M. So Zoka is not, and Zoka gonna be just a part of it. I mean, beautiful girl, beautiful, beautiful girl. I mean, just the waste of life, was in college, very articulate. And she would rather go down for a man that was a false prophet. sold them a bag of lies. Now she done lost her life. Zoka, I told you. I knew something was eating Zoka up. I felt so. Zoka never had no peace. Zoka never had peace. Zoka always looked like she was crying and stressed out and looked like she was out of her mind. And the reason why Zoka was like that because her conscience was eating her up. Zoka's conscience was eating her up because she knew exactly what she did. And if Solar saying it was true, because Solar already said you took my daughter, I'm gonna take yours. And I believe it's true. I believe what Solar is saying is true. Because why would Solar come out and say something like that, guys? Not yet. But why would Solar come out and say something about something that can get him locked up as well, unless it's true? So when Solar sat there and said that you took my child, I'm going to take yours. So right there, Solar is saying that you caused my child to die, pretty much. So why would Solar come out and say something like that, guys? Unless it was true. Because if he's lying, then he's incriminating himself. The only thing that this man can tell is what he knows. And I'm pretty sure if they did have a midwife, and it was who they say it was, and I'm going to say allegedly 7, if she had a part of this and something went wrong, she's going to as well. She's going as well because that's all a part of the M. Solar don't have nothing to lie. He don't have nothing to lie about. Not like that. Not like that. That's not something to just make up. Thank you, hon. Thank you very much. I'm just here telling the truth, telling the facts. Solar have nothing to lie about. For Solar to come out and say that they took his child from him, we don't see the child. Where is the child? Solar said that everything that they said was a lie. Solar said everything that they said was a lie. So he admitting his truth. He said he lied. Solar said he lied. So now Solar, he's coming clean. Because like I told you guys, whatever you put out in the atmosphere, it's going to come back to you. And it's going to come back to you 7 times worse as it came out. Truth going to always find its way back home. I just hate to see that innocent people is caught up in that. And now that they getting the truth out, now the truth is coming out. Like I told you guys, why you think they wanted all my videos down? Why you think they wanted they strike every last one of my videos, guys? Why you think they wanted my videos down? Because they know that I was telling the truth. Because one thing about me, the spirit does not lie. And I even told Nature Boy what was going to happen. Nature Boy started following me. I told Nature Boy, I say, pump your brakes. I saw in the spirit that carbonation is coming down. I saw the rise of carbonation and I saw the fall of carbonation. And I told him, I say, a woman, it's going to take a woman to bring you down to your knees. And sure enough, it was a woman that brought him down to his knees. and her name is Nateria. She goes by the name Nateria. Because I know that I'm a true prophet. I know I'm a true prophet. When God tell me I promise you can bank on it. Every time I was playing Zoka, I was playing that baby crying. Rhonda. Every time when I make a video, I make a video right there with that baby crying to convict Zoka. I told Zoka, you will never have peace. The truth is gonna come forth. You better come clean, because carbonation is falling, and it's gonna fall through that in that child, because I can hear that child crying from the grave. The blood is on Natureboy hands. The blood is on Zoka hands. The blood is on carbonation. I heard the cry of that baby. I heard the cry of that baby crying from the grave. And no rest was going to come until all this stuff starts falling apart. And it starts from the head on down. And that's why I say every last one of them going to take accountability. Every last person going to take accountability. If you was under Natureboy, that close under Natureboy, then you should go as well. Every last one of them. Because every last one that was close under Natureboy, they know exactly where the bodies were. They know where the bones are buried. And it's all in the jungles. I told you guys, the bodies are buried in the jungles. This was a big industry, bigger than even Natureboy. I told you guys, I said, you looking at it as entertainment, but I see it as a spiritual. I saw darkness all in this. I saw darkness all in this. This is a $1 million industry that these people was working. And that's why they couldn't come out of carbonation. The big HT is a big industry. Child trafficking is a big industry. And even Natureboy even said out his own mouth. He said when he was in the jungle, he said it has so much semen on the ground. He said when he was walking, he said it was like walking in semen, so much semen. So you had that much semen was on the grounds, then that's letting you know what you guys was running. This has nothing to do with education. This had nothing to do with the 5 sciences. If this man told on himself, Natureboy has no one to blame but himself, because he recorded it all. He recorded it all. And it's easy for anyone to sit there and pick it apart. Even if you don't show us the dark side of it, we still can figure it out. Because it all came from out of your mouth. You told on yourself. The reason why, because God allowed you to gurgitate it out. And your right-hand man, Solar, just like you said, was going to be able, he was going to put the nail to your coffin. So whether you want to look at it spiritually or whatever, it happened. It's this real life right now. This is real life. Ain't no getting out of this. No getting out until every last rock is unturned. Every last rock is unturned. There's no getting out of this. What would be Zoka's possible charge if they arrest her? That's Zoka's baby. That's Zoka's baby. The only thing that she can howl, just like Solar is howling, that she was brainwashed. But when they took Natureboy out of that house, they gave each last one of them the opportunity to flee. They chose not to leave. So that means that, and I know that they gave Zoka and the rest of those ladies that was in that house a chance to get therapy, to get the help that they need. But they chose not to leave. And by them staying in it, it made them just as guilty. And no way, even if Zoka would have left, Zoka should have left with Solar, and they should have figured out how they was going to go about this, because you know that it was going to come out. They knew that this was going to come out, because like I told you guys, the feds already knew what had happened. All they needed was someone that was in that camp. I'm not talking about like Mama Nine and all these other people. I'm talking about the ones that broke bread with Nature Boy, that was in the same house, in the same bed that Nature Boy was in. Those are the ones that they wanted. And if Zoka would have left with Solar, but Solar wanted to save Zoka, but Zoka kept calling Nature Boy God. She kept believing that he was God. But she should have left when Solar asked her. Zoka was scared. What happened? What if they arrest me? What if they? Yes, you might get arrested, but at least one thing, your conscience was clean. You was free of all that burden that was weighing you down. Yeah, but I was a part of. Yes, you was a part of, but you was in a cult. Normally, things happens like that when you are in a cult. So don't worry about what could have happened to you, as long as you know that you were set free. But she chose to stay and wallow in her mess with her three gods, because she believed that lie. She bit off a lie. Zoka bit off a lie. Now this child life, you might as well say that's it. And I told you all what's going to happen. I say if Nature Boy does not get bond set, more charges, more rest, more rest, more rest gonna follow. I promise you guys. You might not see True back on live anymore, and if you do see him, it's just that he's just saving face. But I promise you, behind the scene, True is biting his nails, because want me to tell you something? Solar got a bag of goods. A bag of goods. Solar got a bag of goods that's going to set the entire camp on fire. And I promise you right now that Nature Boy, he don't know if he's coming or going, because I told you guys, I say they was playing chess. But once you get that bishop to fall, the whole board, it was going to fall down. All you needed to tie Zoka to it. Tie Zoka to it. Because I knew that with the charge that Naturia had brought upon him, it opened a door, but it was a weak case. But you get Zoka, get the Zoka story. Trust me. One charge would be neglecting the pregnancy. Well, I don't know, but like I said there and say, I'm not an attorney, so only thing that I could tell you what I feel in the spirit, and all this right here is allegedly. The only thing that I can say is that that baby was full term. So if that baby was full term, and that baby came out of her womb, if that baby came out of Zoka's womb, it's considered as the big M. Point blank, period. Now, if that baby died, sorry about that. Now, if that baby died when it was in her womb, that's another story. But now I don't know if Solar was telling the truth, But I remember Solar told me that he held that baby in his hands. He held that baby. He even said that that baby was a girl. And we already knew from all the videos that was out, Zoka was full term. Zoka was full term. And if that baby came out in the world as with the fingers and the feet and everything else, that's the big M, guys. I'm sorry to tell you, that's the big M. So now we got one, we know for sure the big aura. Now we might have the big M now. The big M. Yes, she delivered the baby, was born. He is not lying. Wow. So what that's tell you right there? If that child was born, if this child came into this world with fingers and feet and eyes and hair and a heart, that's the big M. That's the big M. And if Solar, all Solar got to do, most likely Solar did it already. Solar said that he didn't do it yet. He's the lightning bolt, that he's not going to do it because he loved us. Solar already done told us. So if Solar done told us, it's just as well he told it to the authorities. The same thing. Now, whether he's trying to clean it up or not, that's it. They don't need you no more, Solar. Okay, bye-bye, Solar. They got what they want. You confess. They have many of videos out right now where you confess. I don't give a care if you use it as a metaphor. We know exactly what you was talking about. We knew exactly what you was talking about. So quite obvious, he was talking about his baby. What else he was talking about? He said he's going to talk about his baby. So if you telling and shouting it out to the world, and you knowing good and well that, you know, people was going to turn in that information and people was watching you guys. So what that's trying to tell you? He already done talked. He already done told his story. And even if he tried to renege on it, it's too late. Because that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. The big M now. They got the big M. And it's a shame, just like I said, innocent people going down the rabbit hole with this food. Or if the baby passed prior to delivery, Solar could refer to anything Natureboy did to diminish that the baby chance of surviving or him not allowing her to have a paternal care. But the thing about it is hold on, state care. The thing about it is that Solar has said that they were in the hospital and the baby was delivering. The baby found out that the cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. And I'm going to say allegedly, but that's how I had heard it. And he said he held the baby. Now, last night he came out and said he lied. Now, I was hearing stories that they never even saw a hospital. And I'm going to say allegedly. They said that the baby was delivered wherever they was and they had a midwife. And whatever she did, the baby bled out. Now, if the baby bled out because of what she did, and she's not qualified, and she didn't know what she was doing, quite obvious, they knocking on her door as well, or most likely they've been knocked on her door. And right there, that's going to have grounds to serve more subpoenas. So most likely they're going to go after Zoka. So, and I told you guys the other day, I said Zoka going to be sitting right there on the side of Natureboy, both locked up behind his craziness. And it's a shame, for to say she's so young, so beautiful. And she had plenty of time to get out of that cult. They wanted to send her home. And Solar, even though, he's running his mouth, but you played a part in it as well. And a lot of them should take accountability. A lot of them, they gonna have to take accountability. Because, even if you was brainwashed, you wasn't brainwashed, to the fact that you know right from wrong. Anybody, should know right from wrong. We was taught that at a very early age. So I hate to see the child go under. The only one that's going to get immunity state, sure, not Zoka. Zoka is not getting immunity. They're going to have to they're going to charge them with something. Only one person that I saw in the spirit that's going to get immunity, and that's Malia. And maybe Zoka. Not Zoka, maybe Aya. Maybe Aya. But Aya hands wasn't, Aya might was looking like she innocent, but Aya hands was dirty as well. Especially when it comes, and I'm gonna say allegedly, to all that recruiting. But Malia went through pure hell. The only one might get immunity, and that's Aaliyah. Zoka ain't get nothing. Because Zoka was full force in that. She was pushing 3 until she couldn't push 3 no more. And I promise you, Zoka gonna keep pushing 3 until somebody really crack through that shell of hers. It's gonna take Solar to bring her down to her knees. But the only one that's going to get immunity, and I see that in the spirit, and I can't, and that's Malia. Malia is the only one. All the rest of them hands is dripping with blood. Yeah, that's why she's going to get out. And she's been through pure hell, because now that they got Solar on their side, most likely, and I will say allegedly, but most likely Solar is on their side, because why would Solar want to come out and say all that stuff unless he just acts? And that would be stupid. So quite obvious, Solar is one of the informers. So so it looked like now that all the other stuff, the abusiveness that he injected on Malia. Why Malia, all her organs was shift out of her body. And then Natureboy even said on the tape, on many of videos. See, that's why they wanted my videos to come down, guys, because even though I was taking clips, I know how to make those clips come alive. I know how to make those clips come alive. My videos was coming alive. Malia, Natureboy has said, the best way to beat a woman is to beat them in their head. He said, because at least one thing that it won't show. Don't abuse these women, don't hit them where it's going to show bruises. Beat them in their head, because he thinks that a woman's supposed to be dumb anyway. He thinks that a woman's supposed to be dumb anyway, just for a sex toy. That's all a woman is, just for sex. Don't listen, don't talk, don't do nothing. So if he can beat them till he shift their brains, and that's exactly what he did, Malia. He beat Malia, and he beat every last one of them in there. And that's why they couldn't leave. And that's why I told you, what the women say, most likely, if they go state, yeah, it's going to stick. But when the men talk, it's going to bring Natureboy flat on his face when the men talk. Because the women been through so much abuse. This man admitted on video that the best way to break down a woman is to beat them in their head. He beat them. He don't want them to think. He all he want a woman to sit there and just look beautiful. don't have no brain, just brain dead. Every last one of them was brain dead. Unless you sit there and you have to do something to get him to like you. Look at Ephru. They even say how he used to beat Ephru up. Well, Ephru sat there and said, well, I'm going to play the game with him. Then I'm going to start beating up other women. She only doing what her master taught her to do in order for her to survive. And that's why Ephru was beating on all them women. When them women would get out of line, they called Ephru. Ephru would beat them. She would beat them up. But Malia was just there because they was afraid that Malia was going to pop at any time. They knew if anybody, the right person, get to Malia was going to tell it all. They knew because Malia, she knows exactly where all the bodies are. She know where all the bodies are buried. And that's why they kept Malia. They kept Malia because they know all the dirt that they did to this girl. This girl went through hell. So if the only one can get immunity, it should be Malia and maybe Aya. But that Ephru, you had a family that really loved you. Your parents even came to Carbonation when you had a chance to escape, but you enjoyed what you was doing. Even though you was getting your tail beat up as well. But Ephru, you enjoyed what you was doing. You went down at the PR in that jungle when True Solar was running that Carbonation in Puerto Rico. You went in that jungle to dismantle it. And you ran all those girls away. Utah knows a lot. She's been around for a long time. I don't know Utah. And Malia knows why she's sick, and so does Nick. Yeah, Malia was sick because they took her organs. They took her little small frame, her small body, and they sat there and they beat this girl up. And God already showed me in the spirit. You guys, you know that scar that Malia have over her right arm, her right eye, that scar over her right eye, where it says love. They bust her eyes out. That was a scar they cover up and put love. So all the rest of them put love just to sit there and make Malia feel good. Because Malia had that tattoo right there by her eye just to cover up that scar, y'all guys, when y'all bust her eyes out. And I will say allegedly, but that's what I felt in the spirit. You guys bust Malia eyes. That scar she have over her eye where you guys had tattoo love. And the reason why you all had followed suit and put love over your eyes, because because y'all wanted Malia to not feel so bad and people to find out why did Malia put love over her eyes, because y'all bust her eyes out. And I already told you, none of you already know, I already told you about Aya. I felt in the spirit with Aya. When Aya had a chance to talk to her sister, when her sister had called her, and when another woman came in that house, Aya forgot that she even had a sister on the telephone. Aya looked at that girl up and down, told the girl to turn around. That was her job description, allegedly, to recruit. You know, it was bad for Malia when CDC was called about that one disease she had. Like I told you guys, one thing about the spirit does not lie. And everything that I get, it don't come from out of a dark space, out of a dark place. It comes from the Most High. And when I called this, I told you all, I said, you can take it to the bank. I told you when somebody told me about Natureboy, which I knew about Natureboy way back then, when he was on that plane, when they threw him off of that plane, when they say they all was thinking. But after that, when Carbonation came together and he started recruiting all those young girls, I told him, I said, Dan, say that right there is going to be your downfall. You recruiting all those young, unfamiliar spirits, unequal yoke people, that's going to be your downfall. And sure enough, it was his downfall. And when I came back to make videos and God allowed me to see all the stuff that was going on, the first video that I made called The Rise and Fall of Carbonation. Because I saw right there when Nature Boy had came on Beagle Live, I saw that he sold his soul for a bowl of beans. And that right there was going to be his downfall. And sure enough, that was his downfall. And the Most High God had me to make a video and focus directly on Zoka. And every time when I would make a video, I would make a video of Zoka's babies crying because that baby was crying in my just crying in my spirit because it was too much blood that was shed on in carbonation. And Zoka, when I saw Zoka hands bloody. I saw Solar hands bloody, but he was crying. He was crying. And I saw Nature Boy, his whole body was bloody, but he was laughing. He was laughing because through their pain gave Nature Boy strength, gave him power. Through every pain that Nature Boy inflicted on those people in carbonation was all his childhood traumas. He dumped it all on them. And anytime when he saw an ounce of happiness, he would take it and he would snatch it from them because he did not want to see them happy because he was not happy. He was still that young little boy in and out of foster homes. And just like they say, hurt people hurt people. I saw all that in the spirit. And I could show you right now where I was friends with Nature Boy. And I knew all this stuff was going to happen. All he was doing is throwing his childhood trauma, injecting it on these young people. Because I was asking the Most High God, I said, God, how can this man get so many people to follow him? That false lie. How can that? How can? Because hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. I say, but what are they getting out of it? I asked the Most High God, I say, what are they getting out of it? Because I talk to God just like I'm talking to you guys. I say, well, what are they getting out of it? God said there and say, stop looking at the surface and start digging in the deep. Go into the deep. Go into the deep. And when the Most High God brought me into the deep, he said, now peep into that hole. I peeped into that hole and I saw detestable stuff was going on. Detestable stuff that was going on. I saw sheep for the slaughters. I saw so much detestable things that was going on in carbonation. And right there, God told me that had nothing to do with knowledge. That had nothing to do with five science. What those people was running was a big HT. A big HT. Those people had a business going on in that camp. Now that's what the Most High God had told me. It was a business. And that's why they didn't let go. That's why they didn't leave. And that's why I told you all, every last one of them should take accountability. Because it was a business. It was a business that was going on. And one thing, like I told you guys, one thing about the feds, It can be years. Because see, they don't. The feds does not work with the state. That's why the feds didn't pick that up. But most likely, the feds gonna pick it up right now. If Solar had talked, that's it. That's no longer just a state charge now. If Solar done talk, and I'm pretty sure that Nature Boy, he may have been a big fish, but he got more little big fishes that's gonna come out because Nature Boy lives his life open, and that's most likely why all of his friends wanted to disassociate themselves with Nature Boy. They didn't want no part of it because they know that if they connect themselves back with Nature Boy, then the stuff that they doing going to be exposed. I saw all this, but the thing about it is that pride comes before the fall. The Most High God gonna always send somebody to warn you. He's gonna send somebody to warn you, and I'm pretty sure that Nature Boy was warned. I'm pretty sure that when Nature Boy stepped foot on the soil of Georgia, I'm pretty sure that he was warned. That's why nobody wanted to be seen with him. But his ego, his narcissist, his big old huge ego and his pride didn't it didn't let him see it. It didn't let him see it. And that's why he's in the predicament that he's in today. So I don't know who it was. Introduce him to marijuana. Okay, we're gonna get it all out of him because you see, his whole demeanor changes when he under influence of marijuana. And when they gave him that pot, he spiraled out of control. He spiraled out of control, and all the stuff that Nature Boy was doing behind the scene, he started putting it into the forefront. He started making himself God to the world. The ones that was in his camp already knew that he was the little God. They already knew that he was the little God. To them, he was the Messiah. But he came when he started smoking that pot. It made him come to the world to show the world who he think he is. So that's why he was able to come on live arrogant, boastful, having grown men emasculating black men, having them to suck his toes, take off of his shoes, bow down to him. Because he thought he was invincible. He thought he was, you right, untouchable. Because they allowed him to go so long with that. Most likely, people that's in high places knew what he was doing, probably was a part of what he's doing, probably participate in what he's doing. So he probably sat there and say, look, you guys are just little minions. I'm not worrying about you. Long as I know I got somebody in high places setting that validating what I'm doing, and on my side, I could continue to do all this. And that's why they didn't touch Nature Boy. But until he kept letting them in and out, in and out, in and out. And like I told you guys, it's always going to take a woman. It never fails. Don't mess with an angry black woman. Don't upset, especially when you know a cave woman, a woman that been through hell and back. A woman that been through hell and back, and you try to mess with them and she's still in her right mind, dude, this woman will set you 7 feet under. This woman will take you down to the floor. She would have you scratching all your hair out, messing with a woman that been in a cave, a woman that been through hell and back. And Nateria went through hell and back with this man. But the thing about Nateria is that he couldn't break her. He might could break some of her bones. He might could crush some of her ribs. But he couldn't take her mind. He couldn't touch her mind. He couldn't touch Nateria's mind. And that's why Nateria was able to do what she did. Because her mind was still intact. And Nateria, she opened up that door. Nateria opened up that door. And Solar was saying that Nature Boy ate everybody that came in his pathway, but Nature Boy couldn't eat him. Yes, Nature Boy ate you. Nature Boy had you sucking his toes. Nature Boy had you like a little wuss. Yes, Nature Boy ate you. The only one helped gurgitate you out of the belly of the well, and that was Nateria. Nateria was your hope. Nateria was your saving grace. This man humiliates you in front of the world, the ones that was watching this mess. Yes, Nature Boy did swallow you, Solar. That's why he was able to do what he did to you, even took your wife, your baby, and everybody else. Nature Boy ate you up. But the thing about it is that God spared you in his womb. And it took Nateria to sit there and gurgitate it out of him. Nateria the one saved you. And Nateria to save everybody else that was in there. And that's why I told you guys, I said, if anybody should be, you should be thankful and donating to, it should be Nateria. It should be Nateria because of Solar. If Nature Boy was not in jail today, I promise you, Solar will be still in Carbonation. But Nateria, he couldn't hold Nateria. Nateria couldn't be tamed. Nateria, she was free. She can roam anytime she felt like, in and out. In and out, she can roam because he couldn't tame Nateria. Nateria was not to be. She was free, as she called herself a fairy tale or whatever she want to call herself. But Solar is not to be trusted. The only reason why you could come forward right now because it took a woman that did open surgery and pulled you out of the womb of Nature Boy. It took a woman. Because if not, you would have still been on your knees having you messing with trans and everybody else, doing all kind of detestable stuff. It took a woman. And the Bible talks about that. A woman shall compass a man. And I'm not saying a woman gonna go ahead of a man because that's not ordained by God. But men have gotten so complacent. Men have gotten, that's in the book of Jeremiah. The Bible said, Jeremiah 32, 33 or something like that. The Bible says that a woman gonna compass a man. And it does not mean that the woman wants to be the head, because the woman will never be the head because it was not ordained by God. But she's sitting there letting this man, helping this man to sit back onto his throne, helping the real one. I'm not talking about the false prophet, this Antichrist we talking about right now. I'm not talking about him. But men have gotten so complacent, so relaxed. And that's why God allowed this to happen, to bring them back into their knees, bring them back to where they belong. And it took Nateria. Nateria risked her life. She risked her life, was humiliated. But she took it all just for the sake of sitting there helping a Malia, helping a Aya, helping a nurse person that's going forth. And I'm pretty sure that Nateria had told them, come with her. Come with her, because Nature Boy is about to go down. But they didn't believe her. They didn't believe Nateria. They looked at Nateria as the streets. Don't you know God uses a prostitute all through the Bible? God don't use the ones that have it all together. He used the ones that's broken, the ones that downtrodden. God uses those type of people. All through the Bible, God uses those type of people. And the reason why he used the ones that, as y'all call the streets, the prostitute, because they know exactly how to go and get what they want. They know how to bring a man to their knees. And she did exactly. This is scripture. This is Bible. Guys, we are living in end times right now. Can't you see it? All this right here was ordained by God. And when it comes to Solar should sit there and say, thank you. Thank you for saving me. Because now they might, I don't think he's going to get out it completely. I don't think Solar going to just walk away. They're not going to let Solar just walk away from it. They might put him on, he gonna get a charge. I know Solar gonna get a charge because you was a part of it. You had plenty of time to sit there and talk. But Zoka, she gonna face some time. Zoka gonna face some time. Now, I don't know how long she gonna save, but she gonna save some time. They gonna give Zoka some time. And if they pull up some more bodies, because I'm pretty sure they got a lot of skeletons in that closet, in their closet, and it's all buried in Peru, in them jungles. And if they start digging up them bones, they all going. And that's most likely why no one never runs to the authority. I used to ask myself, I say, they on social media talking and saying how they was mistreated. Why they never went to the authority? Because when you be a part of Carbonation, you have to do some foul stuff as well. And that's what Nature Boy will hold over your head. And most likely, that's why none of them that left Carbonation went to the authority, because most likely Nature Boy has something over their heads. And they felt that if they report Nature Boy, then their stuff might come out as well. See, that's the mind game that they play. Can't you see it? And that's why none of them never ran to the authorities. But you see, Nateria probably say, yeah, I did this. Even Solar coming out. Yeah, I did a little stuff. Yeah, I was a little abusive. Yeah, I think I sat there and I used my power a little bit. But you see, they're all coming out and saying what the part that they did. But you see, Nature Boy, he made them think that if they part ever come out, it will be doomsday for them. That's what Nature Boy put in their head. And that's why it was easy for Nature Boy to say, if I go down, you gonna go down as well. You see? That's why it was so easy for Nature Boy to say that, because he needed something. He needed something. His ace of spades, he needed something that he could dingle around their heads in case they go out there and start spilling their guts. If you're going to talk, you better go talk on social media, because if you go to the authority, believe me, I got something on you that's going to put both of us in jail. If I go down, you going down as well. That's his motto. That was his motto to these people. If I go down, you go down as well. And by them so young, don't know the law, they believed all that. They believed all that. But that's when somebody should have said, enough is enough. Somebody should have said, enough is enough. But nobody said enough is enough. Everybody ran until the wheels fell off, until the big fish was taken out. Now everybody talking. Everybody running their mouth. Oh yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did. You know, everybody talking, and you gonna more people gonna talk. Like I say, guys, this is gonna be a ride right here. This is gonna be a ride, and more people gonna come out. More arrests gonna come out, and might not just be carbonation. Might not be carbonation. It might be more. Because, like I said, when it comes to the big HT, that's $1 million industry, $1 billion industry. And you don't know how many midwives they had in that camp. And the question is, why did they have midwives in that camp? Was they training other women to be midwives? Why? What purpose would that serve? What purpose would it serve for you guys to have midwives in there? Like I told you, everybody that was a part of carbonation had a role to play. Everyone. What about Afro? What happened to all Afro babies? Did it every last baby Afro had? Did it die? And I'm just talking, guys. Like I say, this is only opinion. What happened to all those babies? Did they all die? Why did they have midwives? Right there, red flags would have came up. And I'm pretty sure if they say that 7 was one of the midwives, I'm pretty sure she wasn't the only midwife. So there's a lot of questions, guys, but that's what I came on to tell you guys, that no bond was set, and most likely more arrests. So, guys, with all that being said, I've been on for an hour and 30 minutes, and most likely I might come back on later. I thank guys for joining my live. Like I sit there and say, this right here, is only opinion, and at the end of the day, we all have opinion, and we only can go by what they put out. And like I said, if you air it out, you free game. Amen. So guys, you all have a blessed day. Peace out.